Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another Ramble session on a Monday. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you had a great week. Mm, my week was a bit rough. Yeah, it was a bit rough. Um, I've it's just an ongoing saga of my chemotherapy meds. So I'm hoping that we're gonna get that straightened out very soon. Good news is though that I was back on my medication yesterday and I woke with no fever. Yay! Oh, praise the Lord for that. Let's hope it continues and continues to continue when I add in my other medication. So there's the down low on that. Yeah. Anywho, when was the last time I had a fever? Friday. Friday? Yes, I had a fever Friday. So then I had to get off my medication for a day. Then I didn't have a fever Saturday. Then I went back on my medication and I had a fever. No, and then I had no fever. Today's Sunday. This is when I film my Ramble sessions. So, yes. Okay. So there's all that. We had an uneventful week. Um, yeah, I'll go through some of that stuff as we go. But what you're looking at here are printables. Okay. Some are mine, some are not. So last night I was watching some videos and I came upon Recreations by Brooke, Sweet Brooke's video on how to make this sweet little pocket tag, right? Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then there are two tags in here. It's a little pocket, beautiful artwork. And then on the back, it has this. And then these also have a back to them. Yes. So, in order to get this, it's called Spring Has Sprung. It was the March 14th Friday freebie on her Facebook page. So you need to go over there and grab your printable, right? And then I put a little earring on here with a little this is like what is it? Old pillowcase fabric. Yeah. And yeah, so put it together this morning. Super easy to put together. And she has a video on her YouTube channel. It's the most recent video about putting this all together. Yeah, super easy, super cute. I think I'm just gonna paper clip it perhaps into my book. So we're going to put that away later. The rest is like my desk, as per usual, is a disaster. And so we will kind of clean it up as we go along. So when you download this free printable from Brooke, it comes, I did two printings of it. Okay. I did one on cardstock and then one on regular paper. This actually goes like this, right? So your whole when the paper comes out, it comes out like that, right? And then watch her video and she'll give you instructions on how to put it together. And you print it double sided, right? So that you have a backing. You don't have to do that, but you can do that. Okay. And yeah, super easy to put together. So I'm going to keep these because I could always either make another pocket and tag thing, or I can just use these as tags because they're just simply beautiful, right? Okay, so there is that. So make sure you check the links below. Recreations by Brooke, her Friday freebie. Okay, so I'm going to put this in my big old box of stuff. Okay, now, oh gosh, we have this. Okay, so this was interesting. This is from the packaging from the flowers, from our local supermarket. So yesterday, funny story. Um, my husband and I, here are my inks. I'm going to put these away well, yeah. I hope I don't shake you about. Sorry if I do. So yesterday, my husband and I went out for just a little bit to go to the grocery store. And let me just put this like so, perhaps. Okay. While I'm putting stuff away. So, yes. Oh, the other thing I want to mention too about Brooke, right? So when she was gluing her stuff in yesterday, I know she had an issue with her pin, right? When you have a glue like this, a fine tip glue bottle, you need to put a stainless steel, I believe it is, pin in it so it does not rust, because then it'll make your glue rusty and blah blah blah. And so, uh, but I wanted to mention this because I know she had had an issue with a pin that she had used that did turn rusty. Anyway, she has new pins in her shop, okay, in her Etsy shop. And when you go on her Facebook page, it'll have all the or not Facebook page, I'm sorry, her YouTube channel will have all the links, down below, her videos. So she had made this for me, or I do believe her daughter might have made it, but so cute. It's like a little dangle. I've had it for years. And can I tell you, the pin that she sent with it was the original stainless steel pin, and I've never had an issue with it, right? So if you're looking for stainless steel pins for your glue bottle that do not rust, and you want a pretty little dangle, check her Etsy shop. I think she said she still has some in there. So isn't that just so stinking adorable? Pink because it's my favorite color. A little flip flop because I live in Florida. It's just so cute. So yeah, if you're interested in that, I just wanted to let you know. Okay, so back to yesterday. So yesterday, oh gosh. Okay, so my husband and I get back from the store, right? And um I was in my room right here where I it faces the front of our house. And so somebody had pulled up and I was like, honey, somebody pulled up. Um and I don't know who it is. And so then so my husband went to the door and I peeked around the corner and I see him holding a bunch of sunflowers. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. Who would have sent me flowers? Um, and so then he is out there for at least, like, I don't know, anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, 7 and 10 minutes. And he's talking to the delivery people and, whatever. And I'm going to cut these out while I'm yammering. And so I go out to the kitchen and he's unloading, right, these bags from our local grocery store. And I'm thinking, what on earth, what is happening here? So I he unpacks them, right? And so, oh, where are you? There. Sunflowers, my favorite candy bars, a big old thing of fruit, some crackers, some charcuterie meats and cheeses, and a big thing of chicken soup, which is something, one of the things my husband is able to tolerate. And so all of this, and I'm thinking, my, oh my, that's very specific. How very sweet. I had no idea who it was from. And that's what my husband spent so much time outside trying to figure out, was like, who is this from? And they kept saying, well, we don't know who it's from. We just got your name and your address. And, so we just deliver it, pretty much, like, we don't have anything else to do with it. So we're, I'm racking my brain. And then I remembered earlier that morning before he and I went out, I had received a text and it said from my sisters in law, two of my sisters in law, and it said you got uh, something from Instacart, and if you need to change the delivery, click here, and it had a link. Well, in my old age, I'm very wary of things that have a link. It did specify their particular names, but I'm thinking, is this a scam? Like, what is happening here? And I made a mental note, which is not good, for me. I have no mental capability to hold on to a, reminder, right? But I thought to myself at the time, oh, I'll just tell my husband after I get out of here, and you know, I'll tell him about it, and then, I'll text the girls or something, right? Well, completely slipped my mind. We went to the store, then came back to this. And so I told him at the time, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I said, your sisters sent something. Let me see what it is. Well, my husband and I, we we know we've seen commercials about Instacart, but we have no idea what it is. We know it's like a delivery service, but we've never used it, never heard of anybody else using it. We had no idea. And so I chalked it all up to just a generational thing, right? Because My husband's sisters are over a decade younger than him, you know? So they're in a separate generation than we are. They're kind of in between our generation and my kids' generation, you know? And so, yeah, but what a wonderful surprise, right? So when I texted them, I said, I'm really not sure what we did to deserve this, but really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And they said, oh, we just wanted to brighten your day, you know? Well, brighten it they did. Yes. So that was our excitement for yesterday. Oh my goodness. Now, these Canada Dry things I just cut out of the box. We get the little mini cans because I can't drink a whole can. I really don't drink soda very often, but these come in so handy when they are ice cold from the fridge, when I have my fevers, right? So at about, when I get my fevers, it's usually like 3 in the morning. So I kind of stumble out of bed. I take 2 Tylenol and I grab one of these because oftentimes there are other symptoms that come along with the fever, like nausea and chilling and sore, painful body aches. Um, yeah, headache, so this it just feels so good on my stomach and on my throat at 3 in the morning when I'm experiencing a fever. So I cut these out of the box, and what I might end up doing too is just poking a hole in one of them. I'll show you how I used it in my book, but poking a hole in one of them and hanging it on the outside of my book like I do. We'll see. So those are going to go in here because I have other ones in here too, I do believe. Were they in here? Yeah, see, I have these too. Sunkissed, because I get Sunkissed orange drink too. So yeah. And like I said, I don't um drink I can't drink a whole can of soda. I don't want to drink a whole can of soda, so there's that. Okay, so all of these things are going on yesterday's page, and I oftentimes cut this out of the plastic, wrapping for the flowers to put in my book. I just staple it in, and it's like a nice little, cellophane kind of flap. So let's scooch that as, oh, there's the pillowcase material. And then yesterday too, when we were at the store, my sweet husband, he bought me tulips were on sale. So he bought me some tulips. So we had an influx of flowers yesterday, which is lovely. Okay. So these are going to go on Saturday's page. So we'll just stick those in there. Oh yeah, this and my little tulips. So I'll put that in there for now. Okay. Now on to these. Okay. So I finally did it. It took a bit, but these will be down below in my printables, my free printable section of the description box. Okay. Um, it took a bit to do these. Now I'm hoping to put out some more, right? I had told you in a previous video that I wanted to do some lettering for the days of the week and for, either phrases or words. You guys gave me phrases and words. Some of you were interested in just the days of the week. Some of you wanted the months of the year. Some of you wanted the days of the week and numbers. So, thank you so much for all of your suggestions. I did this last Monday. I had woken with a fever that day, but I felt okay. And so I did this. Now see, I don't do things on Procreate or anything like that, so this is strictly by hand. um you don't want to make mistakes because then I have to do it all over again, so it's a bit time consuming, but it's so fun and I do enjoy doing it, and I very much enjoy putting things out there that you guys can use in your journals. I would really appreciate that if you do use it in a journal and you are on social media, that you do give me a tag so I can see how you've used them in your book. So, this is what I did so far. Like I said, the days of the week are down this side, and then currently love, inspire, create, a to do, cute, family, today, grateful, sweet, blessed, day, beautiful. Did I have? Hopefully, I didn't repeat any of these. And then praise the Lord. Okay. So like I put day in here so that you could add two words if you want to, like sweet day or blessed day or beautiful day or family day, you know? Okay. And so I really hope you enjoy these. I had a lot of fun making them and I am hoping to make more. But again, like I can't make any promises because these days I just need to get back to where I was before, you know, with my medication. So it just makes creating a little bit more difficult when that's going on. So I did that, but then I thought, well, you know, there's only 1 week on this page, and this is the bigger letters, right? So I went ahead and what I did was I photocopied them a little bit smaller. I think it was at 50%. I photocopied it at 50% and then cut and paste them onto this page. It's a whole process, folks. It's a whole process. When you're not tech savvy, which I am certainly not. So, this way you get 4 weeks of the days of the week, right? And I will try to do a page like this uh, of the 4 weeks, right? But it's going to have to obviously be smaller than this because I have to be able to put four on there, right? So we'll see how that goes. Again, not making any promises, but I will surely let you know if and when I do get them up and running. So these two right here, the big stick letters and the small stick letters, are down below in the free printables. So feel free to print those out and any of the other printables that I have. Um, I do just ask, you know, because I love seeing if you guys use the stuff, you know. So yeah, I would ask that you would, you know, tag me in it just so I can see what you're doing with it. Okay. So now, yesterday, I came in here again. Like I said, I've been plagued with, let's get this over here. I've been plagued with the fevers again. So I did do another one of these, right? A laminated thermometer with my temperature on it. Denoting that yes, I had started temperatures again. I think I had them in February too. Yep, I have one of those on my February journal as well. So yeah, um, but because of that, it really wears me out. Now my fevers aren't super high; they're not like over 101. Um, but yeah, they wear me out, and of course because they happen at like between 3 and 5 a.m, you know, it interrupts my sleep and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, I'm just putting some stuff away while I'm yammering to y'all. So yesterday I was finally able to come in here and work on my pages, and I did get all the decorating caught up, right? This was yesterday or Saturday. For you guys it was Saturday. Yeah, so I got those done. Loving how, you know, how they came out, using the couches still as a belly band. And oh, Friday our kids came over for a lovely corned beef and cabbage dinner. Yes. They couldn't come over the previous week when it was, I think it was previously St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. They couldn't come over then because my daughter and her boyfriend were going out of town and it was just going to be a busy week. So, yeah, so we did it this Friday. So super yummy. Oh my gosh. I love corned beef so much. And then yeah, just decorated, spent time yesterday decorating pages. This is how I felt like all week long, right? Needing my zen. This is so funny. I immediately know when mom is leaving me home alone because she puts on an outfit that doesn't make her look homeless. Oh gosh, so funny and so stinking true. Can I tell you, anytime my husband and I get dressed or I put shoes on and not my slippers, right? Our dog knows, and he sits on the top of our couch, right? And he just sits there and like convulses, you know, every few seconds he'll shake, shake, you know, and because he knows, you know, that we're leaving. So I couldn't believe I saw that. It's so funny. This is one of my favorite candy bars. So my daughter had brought this home for me actually. I think she said somebody gave it to her at work and she was like, "Oh, I know it's your favorite, so I brought it home to you." So that was super sweet. Um, Here's a little couch, another couch belly band here. Oh, on Wednesday, we went with my daughter's boyfriend. She was at work, but he had put in an offer on a house in my son's neighborhood. So um, he was having an inspection done on it. Yeah. So he asked my husband if he would come over and just kind of, you know, just be there for support and, somewhat supervision. My husband is used to inspections and he's worked in construction for years and all of that. So yeah, so we went over there and hung out while they did the inspection, and the house was in great shape. No major problems, so that was all good. um oh, my daughter had her, or my daughter-in-law had her specialist appointment. Everything is jim dandy with our baby butterfly. Yeah, everything's going great. She's growing, she's gaining weight, and yeah, so that's exciting. This is how I use the Canada Dry, this right here, right? I just put a tab up here at the top, poked a hole in it, and then I put these two things on it just to kind of dangle. This was another day I had a fever, and I was having such I have a problem with cramping as well. My hands, well, if you've seen any of my videos before, yeah, my hands cramp something terrible, as do my feet. Now, I'm not going to complain about the foot massages that I get on a daily basis, not at all, or the baths that my husband runs for me would, to soothe my achy body. So, yeah, but, you know, I'd rather not deal with any of it. And then this I found, which I don't know how many of you, I know many of you have told me that you deal with chronic illness as well. Yeah, both my husband and I do. And I've known about my chronic illness for, golly, over 10 years, probably close to 15 years now. And this is exactly, I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to print this out. Now, this is totally something totally separate from my cancer. So imagine having the flu forever. Now imagine people expecting you to live normally. That's chronic illness. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But then I found this in the Flow magazine: treat yourself the way you would treat a good friend. Would you be so hard on her if she also had a bad day? Yes, yes. I need to remember to give myself grace. If I can do something awesome, I can do it. If I can't, I just can't. It's just the way that it is. And I know on this day here, it was my chronic illness actually, because I don't think I had a fever this day. No, I had a fever this day. The previous or the next day, I did not have a fever, but I was feeling my chronic illness, which is POTS. So I was feeling very potsy. In fact, even taking a shower was difficult. So I was like this close to telling my husband, just go ahead and go. I'll be fine. I'll just wait here till you get back. But I put on my big girl panties and got her done. So yeah, but man, sometimes it's hard. And then so I did that page too. I did a whole load of pages on there. This is probably one of my favorite pages um, that I did. My husband ran me a bath this day because this was the first time I had got a fever. I laminated another one, put it on with a little earring. I think it came out so cute. This is a sticker that I got in Happy Mail, so I was very thrilled to use that. This was the Vita Bath, the like bath bombs, because my husband's so sweet. He said, "Oh, do you want me to run you a bath?" And I said, "Oh, sure, that would be great." So he ran me a bath, and when I went in there was a bath bomb in there, and I'm like, "How adorable is that?" Right? That he even thought to to put one in. So very sweet. I added a pom pom trim on it. This here came in Happy Mail. This image of the bathroom or of the bathtub. And then I thought this was cute, right? This was not part of the picture. This was a sweet little clip art drawing art from Cat Hand. So you know what? I need to write these down. Cat Hand from a sweet Happy Mail that she gave to me and Brooke. Okay. Um, and I thought, oh my gosh, that would go perfect. So I just glued it onto the image as if it was coming out of this vase. So I thought that came out super cute, added a little bit of color to the black and white picture. This says having a home where you can relax without ever wanting to escape is truly underrated. I love my space and love being in it. Yes, yes, yes. My husband was super busy this day. I had basically a bed day. Yeah, because of my fever and stuff. And so, but I mean, he vacuumed, he mopped, he had to change the sheets because they were all sweaty from when my fever broke. Poor thing. He washed all the towels. And then I think that was the day that he made bread. Now I need to, oh yeah, there it is right there. A picture of the bread he made. Oh my gosh, the most delicious loaf yet. Yes, it was just beautiful, and it's made with everything bagel seasoning. He sprinkled some on top as well as putting it in the dough. So delicious. Okay. Um, and then these are the printables that I made that day. And then here is the little tag that I made. This, of course, to symbolize that he vacuumed and mopped, and this, just a fabric little tie on here with another little earring. I love making these things. And then I just added these things on. I just poked a hole in the paper. They're just on regular copy paper. And then backed, two notepads back to back so I could write all of my journaling in there. Love, love, love the way this page came out. So cute. Let me see what else I did. Okay, this I did. This is just a rather plain, but my the weather was really cool this week too. It was like uh low 50s in the morning. Now it gets up to the 80s, so it gets super hot in the afternoon. Not as hot, of course, as it can be, but so super cool morning. So Remington has taken to just, wanting to pop outside and lay in the sun, enjoy the outdoors. Oh my goodness. And then yesterday he was out there. We just like open the sliding glass door and he goes out. We leave it open and he comes and goes as he pleases. But yesterday he was just barking his fool head off, which is not uncommon for our dog. So he's out there barking, barking, barking. I'm like, what on earth? So I go out there and we have a preserve right behind us. It's just like woodland, right behind us, and we have a fence, a perimeter fence that goes all the way around the. Well, actually, anyway, it doesn't matter. There's a fence, okay, and we have like a retaining wall, okay, right behind that or right underneath the fence, okay. So it's not flat, in other words. Okay. So anyway, I get to my dog by the fence and I'm like, what is down here? Like, what are you barking at? I didn't know. It could be a raccoon. It could be any number of things. I looked down and it was about as big as my book here, a turtle just wandering along, you know? So that was cool. That was cool to see. Um, and there's my sweet daughter and her boyfriend. They went to my daughter's best friend's wedding last weekend. So yeah, so they sent me that picture. Here's how I did this page. This is how I did this. I got all of these pages done in one day. Now, no journaling, obviously. But yeah, but I did get all of the decorating done and I'm pretty much up to date. So this is about the blood moon. This is about them traveling to the wedding. This is about my daughter's boyfriend selling his house and purchasing a new one. So yeah, that was fun. And then this I had done before, but look, I still have no journaling, guys. No journaling at all. I did start, but I did not get very far. Okay. Yeah, I did journaling here and I did journaling here. Yeah. And that's it. That's as far as I got. I don't think I did any, nope, no journaling in here. So I do need to spend some time in here, um, just transferring notes basically. So yeah, but I am loving how this is coming out. I really am. And I love this page so much. This is so much fun. So yeah, so I'm going to work on this now. In other not so great news, my calendar, I've done absolutely nothing, okay, as far as decorating, which is really a shame. Um, Let me see where it's at. It's really a shame because I so enjoy doing this. And I think my most recent video was actually the February at a glance. So I'm disappointed in myself, but again, trying to give myself grace. It is all I can do to work on my regular journalings. But what I did do in here, see, this is my most recent video was, oh, that's coming up. Was that this here, right? So um, that's just a regular sticker, so they don't stick all that well. Anyway, so I have this at a glance, right? Um, and again, I have not worked on this, but in that video, I said that I was going to try something different on this page. I don't know if I showed you this or not. I'm not really sure, but I can't remember. But I did some smush paper, right? Which is where I take. I don't think I showed it to you, but I take, or maybe I did. Maybe I did. Sorry, I was under my table. I take a sheet protector, I put some ink on it. Usually it's water based ink. It could be my daubers, it could be Crayola markers, whatever. You spritz it with water and then you smush it, right? So I did that on this page. This is for March, but still we're all the way down here now. Oh my goodness, on the 23rd. So I have all of this to do. Will it get done? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. Again, I'm super disappointed in myself for not just coming in here, like trying to come in here daily. But let me tell you, when the days are like, I'm lucky that I can get a shower. Yeah, it's just been a rough month. So we'll see what happens, but I did like the way that this came out. It just adds a little bit of color to the background. It doesn't really do anything to the following page. It doesn't ghost really bad or bleed through. Yeah, so I really like the way that it came out, so I'm gonna try to work on it. We'll see what happens. And then I think other than that, I think that's about it. But I again, I am loving the way that this is coming out. Really loving it. So I think this would be Saturday, and then this is Sunday. So I do believe I'm just gonna take a paper clip and put this in here. So pretty, so pretty. So again, make sure that you check out Recreations by Brooke. I will have her links below. So that you can get your Friday freebie. They're always just so beautiful. They really are. And she's so generous to just give them away so freely. Her beautiful handmade artwork. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And then make sure, of course, that you go down below and get your own days of the week and words slash phrases, right? And again, I'm gonna try my best to work on some other pages like this if you guys are interested. um, I really hope you enjoy these. I'm gonna try to maybe work on numbers and the months of the year, and then more phrases and stuff. So yeah, I love the way they came out. And like I told you last week, you can very easily just take a highlighter or something. Well, I got one right here. Take a highlighter or something. That's why I left them black and white, right? And you can just messily, doesn't have to be completely neat, just color these in and then cut them out, right? So I think they're super cute and super easy to use. Uh, I like that they are in two different sizes because some days, I want something bigger, other days, I want something smaller. So totally up to you, but don't forget they're down there. Make sure you check them out. I think that's it for now. Now, going forward, I think I only have one more video in the queue. But yeah, because of my medication schedule, it's just been rough trying to get in here and get some videos out for you. I will try my best, but again, not making any promises. So in the coming weeks there might be, less. I was usually getting out for like the first 3 months of the year. I was getting out about 3 to 4 videos a week, and it might, go down to as little as one video per week, or possibly two. So be patient with me, please, as I try to be patient with myself, right? And then otherwise, I think that's all. So I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.